Welcome back, everybody, to game number 2 of mousesports versus EHOME. I am LD. Joining me is Luminous. Together we are David and David of dotacommentaries.com, your one-stop shop for all tournament information. Click on the World Tour link if you've missed any of the matches. You can see brackets, schedules, standings, etc. there. But for now, this is game 2. Mousesports on the ropes. EHOME took game 1. It was back and forth. In the end, EHOME just a bit too strong. The position a bit better. Lumi, what can we expect to see in game number 2?
Well, we could expect to see a Nature's Prophet as EHOME first picks that one. I'm assuming we're going to see something standard like, oh, a mech into a Hand of Midas into a Acceptor. Something, it feels totally out of order. It feels wrong to be playing that kind of build, but that's the build that the Chinese team love. They want to blink in and teleport in with the support, and then they want to push lanes. Push more lanes.
Well, generally, if you do that, you like to pick up a couple of other heroes, at least one that will really benefit from the farm. They ban out a big one that can. That's the anti-mage. We saw that combo yesterday. Ended up not working out, but it has a lot of potential to do so. So they get a profit, and the question becomes, what are they going to get in return? A lot of good mousesports heroes in the pool. Enigma, Leshrac, Sand King. These are some of the more common ones, and, well, we'll have to see where they want to go. Lone Druid as well is not banned, so that's an option for mousesports too.
I mean, I'm glad you brought up the heroes like Enigma, Sand King, or Enigbo, Sand King, and Leshrac, because this is heroes that mousesport love and traditionally have a lot of successes with, but they're not going with these heroes. So perhaps having a change of heart, or perhaps finding that they're liking these new heroes better. Venomancer is such an early pickup. Tinker as a pickup as well. Whenever I see Venomancer solo pickup or pickups this early, I just have TA flashing in my mind. But maybe that's just me. They do have Bamboo, a really good TA player. So we'll see where this draft takes us.
It gives you a great anti-pushing support. It gives you some strong lane control. You talked about the defensive capability of Gale, good offensively as well. But Venomancer is not normally banned. It's not really a common. I mean, occasionally the Chinese will go for it. Well, anyone who wants to pick up TA will normally pick or ban it. But I haven't seen EHOME run it. It's certainly an option for them to do so. But you're right. Generally, if you pick up Venomancer this early, there's got to be a grander scheme behind it, and TA would absolutely fit the bill. So where does EHOME go from here? They have a profit. Do they want more push? Do they want some team fight? Their options are wide open, but whenever you start with a profit, that's the beauty of the pick, is you don't reveal anything. You don't force yourself into any kind of lane, because profit really can do it all.
Right. Also, there's one team in the world right now that do Venomancer first pick all the freaking time, which is Na'Vi. I still have not 100% understood the reasons behind the Venomancer first pick, but they do it too, and let's see if there's going to be any kind of similarity between Mouseport and EHOME. We do see a Broodmother picked up, immediately answered by a Sand King. Of course, Sand King traditionally lanes against Broodmother very decently, with Cosmic Finale and Burrow Strikes and whatnot, and Chaos Knight is the answer for EHOME.
I already like this draft better for Mouse, simply because they get the Sand King, and to me, mousesports, the Lone Druid has a lot of potential to just carry a late game, but they only had one disabler that game. You can count the Bear as a pseudo-disabler, but in those last few team fights, we saw Drunken Haze and the Cyclone from the Panda used properly really negated the disable potential. Now they have Burrow Strike, a big AoE initiation, and this will probably be a Sand King that gets some farm, especially if he's 1v1 against the Brood. So an early Blink Dagger, not out of the question by any means, and that will make a big difference. That being said, EHOME get KingJ's Broodmother. They get some very powerful split push and a Chinese classic, that being the Chaos Knight. Very quick second stage to the bans. The thing that sticks out to me is that Alina got banned here, and I love the Lina ban because Chaos Knight, Lina, perfect partners, and also great anti-push burst damage as a combination.
I like the Shadow Demon ban here from EHOME as well. Shadow Demon, traditionally a hero that kills Chaos Knight, whether offensively, defensively, the purge late game is always good. Chaos Knight's going to have a little bit of time this game when he's trying to go for kills. Sand King's, Burrow Strike Sandstorm is going to be annoying him. The March of Machine from Tinker is going to just do a massive amount of damage to Chaos Knight as he's diving past, going in deep. Venomancer Gale slowing him down. I'm not sure whether Chaos Knight is the best pick here, but it gives them a very reliable initiation right now, provided they don't get fogged. How many times have you tried a Reality Rift and they just run out of range and they get fogged and your horse is like going crazy and they just can't get them in? That's the sound that it makes. Exactly that sound.
Exactly that sound, of course. Yeah, it's one of these things where Chaos Knight is such a great chaser if he has the vision, and that's why we often see a high ground ward being placed if he's in that mid lane, especially in a dual lane, just to make sure he can Reality Rift and he doesn't get fogged. But I saw it every time I watch a game with Chaos Knight. You see it at least once or twice. And it's not just the Chaos Knight, you know, allowing himself to get fogged. It is his opponents, you know, being smart and clever with their jukes. And well, it's one of the weaknesses of the hero. But here they get a little bit more lockdown and really some good anti-push. And a little bit of team fight. Ancient Apparition does a little bit of everything. Almost certainly going to be dual laning with Chaos Knight. So now they're looking at probably a Broodmother and Prophet, and what at least Prophet looking probably to be in the jungle, Broodmother in one of the side lanes, and then some sort of solo for that last lane.
Right.
And who is that solo going to be? Who should it be?
10 seconds remaining.
Women are still in the pool. Always a very, very potent solo, but perhaps looking for a little bit. Well,
5 seconds.
this EHOME lineup right now looks very mid-game-esque, and I'm not sure whether they're that good breaching up the high ground as well. That's the big weakness, I think, in this EHOME lineup. Yeah, you could push down the early towers, and they're great at that. How do you actually charge up a ramp against Marcher Machine, massive Venomancer, Serpent Wards, of course, Sanking waiting on the back line with a Blink Epicenter? I just don't see this team doing so. So EHOME perhaps realizing that going to go for massive pickoffs, or just going to pick a hero that's great for pushing up the high ground.
Maybe it'll be the... no, that would. I guess it could be Bounty Hunter, just to trying to get that advantage with the gold early on. We saw it work
but
last game.
he's not going to walk up a high ground by
He's
himself
not.
either. So.
The one hero I really thought would fit perfectly is Lone Druid, but then again, we've seen teams when they get Tinker and Lone Druid together. You know, I guess MTW, perhaps the most famous team that's been doing it a lot. Navi's done it a decent number of times in the European Sea. When they get that combo, the Tinker and the Lone Druid, it's just so hard to push. It's also hard to defend, so they ban it out. They opt for a Lion, and we're almost certainly going to see Broodmother and Lion laning together. Probably Lion jungling with those Spiderlings. So there you go. They want initiation, they want burst damage, they want strong gank, but not a hero that will help you go high ground unless he finds the pickoffs.
Right, he has to pick off a Tinker, he has to pick off the Sand King, and even so, right, it's going to be difficult to go against a Morphling. I do like the Lion pick here, high amount of burst damage, there's many squishies. Of course, the Hex and Hell Disable, it's going to be great against Morphling as well. Do look towards to EHOME X, I believe, will be playing a Lion. If you see a Lincoln Sphere on Morphling, do look towards him to pick up a level of mana drain to kind of start getting rid of the Manta Replicates or getting rid of the Lincoln Sphere block. EHOME X, one of my favorite player online. Let's see if he's going to be playing here today.
That would be my guess as well. For mousesports, here's the one thing they have to be a little bit careful about. It's almost certainly going to be that Chaos Knight Ancient Apparition mid. So you want to put someone there who can't be picked off. To me, that hero is Morphling. We could maybe see the... I mean, Venomancer looking to be on support here, although he could handle that lane pretty well. Tinker can go mid. If he's very good about his positioning, he'll be okay. Maybe with a dual lane there, he'll be a little bit better off. But I think putting Morphling mid, maybe in a dual lane, wouldn't be a bad option here for mousesports. And, well, where are they going to match up the Sand? I guess Sand King's going to head bottom, hoping to see Broodmother there. But with Lion in support, that could be trouble.
Right.
Mousesports
it really will be the trouble. I guess you do Venomancer, Sand King, bot, and then Crystal Maiden, Morphling mid. I mean, Morphling by himself could definitely, you know, handle lane in terms of not dying, but I'm not sure how much farm he's going to get. Crystal Maiden's going to most likely stay back and provide, like, you know, Nova support and whatnot. Tinker versus Nature's Prophet up top, I think that's a fairly favorable matchup for the Tinker.
Yeah.
But it seems like Sing Sing is actually playing the Tinker, so perhaps we're going to see him going mid instead.
I like the Tinker top, but, you know, like you said, Sing Sing, he does normally go mid. It's not that it can't work, it's just, it's very risky.
Sorry. I'm really, really confused right now. Whenever I see the menu, I always think that...
Oh, yeah, the Radiant Burst Dire.
I get the side flipped up.
All the casters are having this problem. Toby's had it quite a few times. I know I've had it, you've had it. I assume other casters have it as well. It's just not... It's psychologically very tricky, but we're going to see Sing Sing getting the protected safe farm. That's what we're trying to say. So he heads bottom, playing the Tinker. 1437 on the Venomancer. Might be heading mid. Bamboe on the Sand King. Looks like Crystal Maiden's going top. I guess the other option, they could run a tri-lane. But against... I mean, it could work. They could run a tri-lane. That wouldn't be too bad, actually. But I'm not sure that's what we're going to see. It is an option for them if they want. They have strong solos in the Morphling and in the Tinker. But for the moment, we'll have to see what they want to do. Bamboo, the final player, playing that Sand King.
Yeah, I'm still going to guess what I previously guessed, but flipped, I guess, because now Sing Sing's going bot lane instead of top, because I thought they were on Dire. Yeah, it's going to be... I mean, Sing Sing could definitely need the help here on the bot lane, but with Marcher Machine and perhaps Laser, he should be okay. I assume Venomancer instead of Crystal Maiden is going to go on the mid lane. I like that a little bit less, because Venomancer has very, very weak range when it comes down to harassment. Crystal Maiden a little bit better. Even with the Nova, AoE against two heroes what you want. But, hey, if they want the Gale against the Chaos Knight, a very, very decent choice as well. EHOME, well, again, like you predicted, right? It's going to be the line plus brood, and then CKA, right? I don't think we're going to see any kind of crazy laning here.
It looks like they want to protect their jungle early, which makes a lot of sense because there's a chance Prophet won't really be able to lane bottom depending on who mouz choose to send there. It looks like it will be Tinker, so he should be okay if it's 1v1. But for him, they want to protect the jungle, and then more importantly for the Spiderlings plus the Lion, who's not only going to jungle with the Spiderlings, but also expect him to do a lot of pulling early. So yeah, I still think it will be the dual lane mid. And it's a magic stick picked up off the bat for Lamb. This is very unusual. Maybe expecting some early serpent word spamming? I'm not sure what this is about.
Yeah, I'm a little bit curious about that as well. I guess if you're going to be diving, you know that he's going to be diving quite a bit. You're going to accrue a couple of magic wand charges, and that could be the difference between life and death. And you know that he's a very mana-dependent hero. That could be extra, mana for that reality rift. It's not a bad pickup per se. It's just a little bit different that we don't see too often.
The one thing it does for me is it delays either that bottle or the boots, so it maybe suggests EHOME want to fight a lot early on and have aggressive engagements. Will they find them against mouz? It's not so clear that they will. March the Machine's very good to block tower dive. Same with Gale. Even Nova's not bad as long as Crystal is good position. And then Sankey very survivable. So if EHOME want a tower dive, if they want to be trading a lot of blows early, I'm not sure how much this will really offer you compared to something like quick boots or bottle. But we'll see. Maybe they'll find those openings. We didn't formally introduce EHOME, so I'll do it real quick. Lamb on the Chaos Knight, QQQ on the Edge Apparition, X, MMY, or Die, whatever you want to call him, playing that line. kingj on his signature Broodmother, and finally PCT on the Nature's Prophet. Looks like he will almost certainly be headed to the off lane. So, something's making you laugh.
No, my throat. I just coughed a little bit.
Oh,
Bamboo, by the way, is going to be playing the Sand King here, 1437, handling Venomancer. Black, who's not in the game, will be on the Morphling. Come with me on the support Crystal Maiden. And the last player is Tinker going on bot lane on Sing Sing. Right now, for anyone that just joined us on the second game, we are in game 2 of the best of 3 series. mousesports down 1 game, they will be eliminated, and the winner of the series goes to the semifinals. My question, or I want to ask you, LD, just from the picks, is EHOME good? They're looking good, or is mouz in trouble?
I'm gonna go with what you said before. mousesports have a lot more potential here in the mid to late game. Better lockdown, better. I mean, maybe not necessarily the hardest carry in Tinker, but this is a hero that generally is going to outfarm heroes like Chaos Knight. Broodmother and Prophet can maybe keep up, but I give mousesports the edge. If they hang on in the laning stage, don't give away too many towers. And to me, Tinker is really the perfect hero to do it. He's the one hero on this lineup out of everybody that needs to have a decent start, because they're going to need March the Machine spam to deal with the Spiderlings, deal with the Prophet. But as long as Sing Sing has an okay start, as long as they don't feed too much early on, yeah, I'm with you. I think mousesports just have a lot more flexibility here and a lot more late game potential. And like you said, how is EHOME going to go high ground? It's got to be something big, like a Blink Dagger on the Lion, a BKB on the Chaos Knight, and even then, it might not be enough to get multiple heroes. So, it
definitely would not be enough. It definitely would not be enough. They have to pick off outside of the enemy base, and I'm not sure whether mousesports, they're great in positioning when it comes to not getting picked off. Not so much in terms of teamfight. We saw come with me in last game, perhaps being a low power position from time to time. But in terms of not getting picked off, mousesports very good on that.
Yeah, they have a lot of heroes that punish tower dives, like I was mentioning. And I guess the real way to word it, the way I want to put it, is that mousesports just have more ways they could win. They can win early. They can dominate these lanes. It's not like Tinker, Sand King, Venomancer, Crystal Maiden. And by the way, I'm forgetting who our last hero is. Who is Black? Morphling. Yeah, it's not like any of these heroes are bad in the laning stage. They're pretty powerful, actually. I'd even say they're better at laning than a lot of EHOMEs. Like Prophet, not the best laner. He's got a good attack animation, but he doesn't have any nukes, he doesn't have any disables. mouz have so many more ways to win this game. They can win it late, they can win it early. Whereas for EHOME, they really just have to have a very good laning stage. And EHOME definitely could do that, but it's pretty much just one main way they can win, and that's to jump out to a quick start.
EHOME definitely has to prove themselves in terms of playing this one particular stage, right? They're racing against the clock right from the get-go. He sent emergency and left.
Oh no.
Well,
ladies and gentlemen, we do apologize for the pause. This is, again, like Louis mentioned, game number 2, mousesports versus EHOME. One of our players, that being Black, had an emergency, had to step out. For anyone who's just tuning in, spoiler alert, EHOME took game number 1. So they are leading 1-0. This is round of 8 action. Whoever wins this series, be it EHOME, be it mousesports, they advance to the round of 4. And I want to say they already have their opponent, or they already know who they'll be playing. Let me double check the brackets real quick. The brackets, you can find those all at dotacommentaries.com. Just click on the World Tour link at the top. And who are they playing? They will be playing IG, whoever wins this game. And oh, by the way, IG versus LGD, that series from yesterday's fantastic series. The replays are already available on Dota TV. YouTube has been having some issues with the video editor, so the VODs are not available yet, but they will be sometime later today. We'll get them up, even if we have to just upload them in parts.
Yep.
But for the moment, if you really want to watch those games now, I highly recommend Game 1, IG versus LGD, and then Game 3, Complexi versus Tongfu. Man, those were some great games. Two of the best of the entire tournament so far.
To be honest, I'm really looking forward to the EG versus Complexity matchup. Oh, looks like the game has resumed. But if EHOME does win the series, and they're looking pretty good, they're up a game right now, it's going to be a Chinese semifinal as well. IG versus EHOME. So I'm looking forward to both of these semifinal matches. But for now, it is going to be both teams trucking up to the top lane, making sure they are dropping some wards. We could actually see a very, very early engagement. And yeah. PCT does not have teleport, so he can't join in. I
just want to mention real quick, CLG and Complexi still have to play in the round of 8, but if Complexi wins that match, it would be an All-American semifinal. Here we go, 14:37, leading the charge. And no, Come With Me comes back in, drops the Nova, but the Treants should block them just enough. Everybody should be okay. Long-range Gale sniping out QQQ. They're not going to go in. Really? Are they going to go in? It's Laser at level 1 for Sing Sing, not the March that we saw get a triple kill in Game 1 of Complexi versus Tongfu. But in the end, it won't matter. Nice little dewarding here. Both teams sort of eyed each other from across the chasm, but in the end, nobody blinks. Nobody goes in.
You know, I'm surprised that the Chaos Ball wasn't just dropped on the Crystal Maiden, who was actually leading in charge. Look at Come With Me. Like, he owns his top jungle by himself.
This is ballsy play.
Come With Me, definitely a very aggressive player, even on heroes like Crystal Maiden. I love it. I love it.
So what are we going to see here for our top lane? It's going to be sexybamboe and Come With Me on the Crystal Maiden Sand King up against a Broodmother Lion. This one could be tricky. Sand King and Broodmother 1v1, pretty even matchup. I think we both agree on that. The problem is going to come from the fact they can pull this lane, MMY can get an early level advantage, and then the Spider lanes can sort of overwhelm that Crystal Maiden. I'm not sure if this is going to work. I'm not sure if there's a better way to lane it, but this is dangerous. This Crystal Maiden, if she has a bad start, could be trouble. So maybe that's where EHOME will find their good start. On the middle lane, very, very powerful dual lane here for both teams, especially, I want to say, mousesports. But actually at the edge, with two ranged heroes, as well as Gale and Waveform, just so much ability to harass, burst damage, killing potential. What are your thoughts on these lanes?
That Venomancer Illusion Rune is just really giving them the edge right now. You can see that the harass going on, forcing these guys to tank up very much so early. Black is just, you know, harassing even with 350 range. I gotta say, in terms of passive harass, I want to give the favor to mousesports a little bit on the mid lane, because two ranged hero against a melee farmer is just the where you want to be. When it comes to actually killing, the Venomancer's positioning has to be perfect. Now, the cool thing about laning against this EHOME squad is that they generally initiate with Reality Rift. That means you have enough time to drop off a Gale before you get stunned. And whether that Gale hits on 2 hero or 1 hero, that's going to be crucial in terms of Venomancer surviving. Here we go in the mid lane. He does not drop off the Gale. He does now, but he's going to go down regardless. First blood gets picked up against Chaos Knight. QQQ will survive. So now these lanes suddenly went in hugely in the favor to EHOME LAM. He's accruing those magic stick charges, which will become important later, as he's now picking up a magic bottle. Brute to speak. There's a bottle coming in on the way.
Yeah, I love the bottle pickup, especially in the dual lane, because we've seen it before. Ancient Apparition can go check the runes, take the rune if it's there, and then Chaos Knight doesn't have to leave the lane, can just farm the whole time, maximize his efficiency, while still controlling the rune. So I like this. This dual lane, though, for the Radiant can probably outpush the Dire dual lane, so if they want to do so, they may be able to try and control the runes that way. Top lane, Burrow Strike in, Centaur joins the fight. Frostbite under, Sentry Ward, kingj might go down. One more right click. Oh, he's going to live. Oh, that's unfortunate. But a lot of harassment, and we can see the downside of the pulling from MMY. He's getting levels, he's getting farm, but Broodmother's on an island, and it is an island filled with some angry nukers.
Angry flamers as well. I just want to say Bamboo and Come With Me. I just love this mousesports team. They're so emotional. They're so fun to watch. And it looks like they're going at it again. Nova and Burrow Strike just a level 1. Unable to get him. And come here with backstab from MMY to Hex immediately on Bamboo. Bamboo's going to be going up down. And now Come With Me by himself. It could be. And do we have the mana for the nuke coming in from?
It doesn't matter.
Yet, but there you go. There's a nuke. Sage's Mask coming on. And that's a double. Ooh, this lane just got really ugly for the Radiant side. You said that the Radiant have to win the early laning stage, right? And they're not doing that right now.
Well, I guess I said EHOME had to win it, I think is what you meant to say.
Okay.
And I think you weren't agree with that. But Mouse can lose this laning stage and still come back, but there's a lot of momentum-based heroes in EHOME, right? So if they get that momentum, they can be scary. Let's take a quick look at the one lane we haven't talked about. That's the bottom lane, where we have our high farmer for the game, PCT, on his Prophet.
Oh, no.
Already 12 and 8, outfarming Singh as Tinker 9 and 1 for him. Really, I would expect Tinker to win this lane. He hasn't opted for the March build, but just with laser, allowing you to mess up the Prophet's last hitting, as well as having a great attack animation, great damage of your own. A little surprising. PCT is a little bit better damage, but it's top lane. kingj, frostbitten again. Is this another set of Sentry Wards? It is. This time they should get him. No escape for kingj, or is there? No, there's not. They needed that kill. They got it. But 3 Sentry Wards being used just for it.
Yeah, 3 Sentry Ward, and you gotta keep in mind, MMY is just getting a whole bunch of level and farm in the jungle. So whenever he decides to join the lane, he will actually get killed. Boots of speed up already on him. TP in from a bot lane here. PCT denies the Invis. Very nicely done. Also want to point out that very interesting skill build, a very early level of mana drain. I see him been draining the neutral creeps to keep his mana up high. I guess that's a very, very creative way to play this line. Hex's lower level is not going to be too effective, but still, it's been showing to work. I mean, they use the Hex to kill this.
Didn't? Oh, middle lane. 1437 gets caught out. Will go down. Where's the counter kill? Black is the wait for him. Gets one. Not going to turn 2, but he gets the counter kill. That's something they really needed. So evening things up a bit in this middle lane. Anytime you're behind, a trade will be good, and especially if Morphline's the one getting the kill. Level 3 waveform can look to punish this Ancient Apparition. So overall, even though they get another kill in EHOME, I'm going to say mousesports come out a little tiny bit ahead there, pulling themselves back in the game. Now we're 2-4, and the mana trade. Oh no, no time to talk about that. Why gets called out. Should go down. One more right click, and an early rotation into the lane by 1437, but the Spider Lane doing huge damage, and come with me, not having fun in this lane at all. The mana train, the damn mana train. It got buffed recently, right? I think it got buffed.
Yes, it did. It did get buffed, but I mean, it's still not really that big of a deal. The difference of a Hex level would not have made any big deal there, so no big deal. Meanwhile, Initiate on the mid lane, ooh, cannot get off the Chaos Bolt from LAM, so Morphling is just going to be really difficult to kill in the mid lane, and EHOME's still trying to, making sure that they are putting a lot of pressure on Black, making sure that he's not lasting freely. kingj is just sitting behind so many walls. The Hex comes on, the Wrath of Nature, level 6 already, and look at MMY already. Again, mana draining away, keeping his mana up. I love this.
Meanwhile, while that was happening, there was kills exchanged on the bottom lane. Tinker dies, Prophet gets the kill for that one before he goes down, I believe. Yeah, before he goes down, so Tinker dies, Prophet gets the experience and gold for that, and then Come With Me turns around. Level 6 and Come With Me. He's opted to max Frostbite over Nova. This is very unusual. Sure, you can hold Broodmother in place, but you're up against Treants and Spiderlings. You need that AoE. And they don't have it anywhere. There's no March either.
Yeah, well, they're not pushing, really. At least not right now. Meanwhile, the kills are happening on the top lane. You can see that Crystal Maiden and his entire team, what they're focused on is getting a lot of kills. You see it by the multiple TPs up on the top lane. Venomancer went there very early. You see it in the fact that they're buying, the second pair of Sentry Wards so quickly. They just want to shut down that Broodmother. Another pair of Sentry Wards being purchased on the Crystal Maiden. They're just not shy to make sure they get these kills. And I think their skill will adjust for it. They're getting the Frostbite early, and I think it's fine.
Well, we'll have to see. For now, it's working out great. For this stage of the game, it's perfect. Will allow you to have better initiation, better killing potential. Although, even though kingj's died, he's still level 8 at this point, 4-1-1. This is going to be a big issue for mousesports, I feel, as we move towards the mid game. But it goes even deeper to the point where Venomancer has 2 points in Gale, and now only just now picking up a point in Plague Ward. I'm a little worried for Mouse. They don't have any anti-push because of these skill builds. There's no March, there's no wards really, there's no points in a Nova. Now we see 2. So they can put a couple points in and come back. But if EHOME decide to push right now, I'm not sure how much Mouse can do about it.
Right, although I guess the thing going for the mousesport is that EHOME cannot click on their heroes like we do and see the skill build, so perhaps EHOME might be playing a little bit differently if they do actually know the exact skill build. For now, EHOME, they just want to lane, and I think this is the best skill build from mousesport to actually try your best to win the laning stage. Back in the mid lane, a little bit of action, a little bit of dive. LAM constantly in low HP, he's forced to use so much gold to actually just heal himself up. And that's the bane of laning against your range hero. It's really rough.
Blade, Bamboe uses the epicenter, he gets in range with the Gale, Sentry Ward drop. This has to be the 7th Sentry Ward or something like that on the top lane. They get the kill, Burrow Strike, Prophet bounces through, does a good chunk of damage, won't be enough. I might be exaggerating slightly, but they've spent at least 400, 600 gold. Bottom lane, Prophet will go down, but now we gotta look at MMY, who's diving 1437. Impale to start. Where's the Finger of Death? It's already been used. The Gal's gonna hit, and he's overextended. He's caught out. The AO did not connect there. The Hex. This should not be enough. Bamboe, one more Burrow Strike. This will be a kill. Burrow Strike through 2 right clicks, and down he goes. So it started off, what was it, 4-1, and now we're back to 7-9. This game, 16 kills in 8 minutes. Are we watching Southeast Asian Dota, or is EHOME Chinese?
I don't know, mate. They might be changing race very soon. Meanwhile, LAM picks up Illusion Rune, picks up the bot tower so far. And here comes the push here from LAM. I mean, getting these tier 1 towers so important for EHOME because, again, their team is built around ganking. Teleport here for Come With Me. Come With Me drops off a Nova, but the Kofi will hit for sure. And will Come With Me survive this one? Couple more right clicks. Meanwhile, Morphling wait for him, and he's going for the kill. QQQ has the Ice Blast. He's dropping. Nice dodge from Come With Me. Goes up north, and there's no mana for the... he's winding up. He's trying to get any kind of mana south. Is that a south? That's a clarity. Nova turns around. What that's about? He didn't even turn around. Meanwhile, Laser. It's going to clean up the kill here for Sing Sing. Did Morphling get a kill on Prophet? No, Prophet survived just barely though, limping back to space.
Long chase there, but in the end, Prophet did limp his way back. TCT almost has a Midas up. I believe that's what he's saving for. There you go. Gloves of Haste picked up. That'll be some more gold into his pockets, and, well, then he could go back for those support pushing items like you talked about. I think this is an top lane. It's Bamboe, caught a long way from home. The Wes being dropped the Hex, and this Hex is just doing absolute work. The Jungle Lion, only with 1 point in it, but perfect setup. The Finger of Death to follow.
He's leveling up the mana drain. He's leveling up the mana drain. Oh man, this is insane.
Wow. It gets really good at 2 points. I don't think you need to go past that, but we'll see if he does. We'll see if he does.
I mean, sometimes I play pub and I thought I was trolling, you know, max mana drain by 7, but I can't believe I'm seeing this in a pro game. He's jungling it, and he's always making sure he has mana to come out gank. I think this has to be the reason. He's constantly just mana draining whenever he can. I love this build.
Oh, Come With Me gets caught out. Frostbite to start. The AO flies in. A really nice snipe there. Very short range. Come With Me should take a fall. One more right click. He will go down. And Black, he'll be fine. Just sort of watching Come With Me. Come With Me. He's gotten a few kills here and there, but overall, not having a fun game. 1-4, and can't entirely blame him. His positioning's been a little questionable at times, but for the most part, you're Crystal Maiden against a god-awful number of nukes, a lot of burst damage. You're gonna die a few times.
It's definitely really rough. On the top lane though, Bamboo and kingj still going at it. Arcane Boots already up on Bamboo. kingj have treads again. Getting the treads against such an aggressive lineup. Good choice. Of course, he has the Soul Ring up as well. Back on the mid lane, a little bit of pressure. A teleport back to base for Morphling. Is he using his Replicate to move around? No, he doesn't even have Replicate just yet. Very, very curious.
Only level 8. We normally see players wait until 9 to get it, but you can get it at 8. If he knew he was going to have to go back to base, right? With a Bamboe Burst Drink in Epicenter channel, will there be a quick Hex? Perfect Hex by X, even with a little bit of delay. Impale to follow. Bamboe caught out. Bamboe should go down. Are there Sentry Wards? None just yet. Oh, there's the dust. PCT. Burrow Strike away. Bamboe the Ninja. Not Ninja enough, but PCT goes down. Now 1437 caught out. And EHOME, more heroes at the point of attack. What a disable there by X. I mean, all these players are playing with some delay, so anytime you see a quick reaction like that, that's a really quick reaction. Great job by him turning that one around.
Actually, from what I've heard from Quantic Mikey, EHOME actually has a VPN virtual something server or whatever, and they could actually play on US West server with relatively no lag. Back in the mid lane, QQQ is gonna drop his spells before he dies. Nice juke again from Come With Me, but Come With Me, will he shatter regardless? QQQ is gonna get the last hit. There's the shatter. I love a great play from QQQ. And now the Chaos Bolt, the teleporting, MMY in position. Can they actually get the Hex off? No finger, no finger.
He's got the one! He's got the one! Where's the finger? Oh, he could have had him. Had the one, had the finger. I think it was 1 second away. Maybe not in time. Well, all this action up top is buying Sing Sing some time to just say, screw you guys, I want my boots of travel this game. I'm not going to die 20 times before I get my core items up. He didn't die 20 times, but he died quite a few last game. So, the good news for Mouse is they're kind of playing this 4v5 and hanging on pretty admirably.
3v5, that Morphling is just sitting on the mid lane. He's never really joining the fight. It's just Bamboo, Crystal Maiden, and Venomancer just trying to set up a relentless amount of ganks against this Broodmother. But Broodmother's, I mean, he's 6-2 and 2, right? So perhaps these ganks are not actually working out in their favor. Look at how many wards are up now on this lane. Double Sentry Ward, triple Sentry Wards, Observer Wards, and now a more Sentry Ward here to D-Ward this one. Oh man, this is crazy.
Oh, there's so many. In fact, like, there's artifacts of Century Wards on the map. Okay, no, never mind. It died right as it was impaled to start. Hex is available. No, just a finger of death for Bamboo. Justice administered by Dai. Oh,
Dai says, alright, time to go monitor some more neutral creeps.
I gotta say, the build is working out pretty well. And I like the fact he's not overdoing it. That's what pubs love to do. They love to get 4 points of mono drain. They just spam impale on those creeps. Mid lane though, Black 4 seconds done. A and that AO really punishes Morphly. Morph not gonna do a thing for you once it hits, and he goes down.
Yeah, indeed he does. Right now, I mean, it's 10-17. Everybody's dying, and it looks like Tier 1 finally getting pressure upon. You want to say that EHOME's actually winning this laning stage? Or are they just kind of having a small advantage?
The graphs are reflecting it, but mousesports have a great mid-game lineup to turn things around. That's the big thing. And, well, I was going to say if Bambo's close to a blink, that would make a difference, but with the amount of deaths he's been suffering, that's a long way off. 2 and 6. Mid lane, will tower be denied by comewithme? No. Nova to start. Everybody eats it. This could be a disaster, but should be enough to turn it around, actually. Lamb, man mode, burst strike on the low ground, epicenter being channeled. Should be able to just get Lamb. No, he's too damn fast, but in come the rockets. 1, 2. No, actually, only one's gonna hit. And Bamboo.
Oh, Bamboo, he's going for the big burrow strike. He's got it perfectly lined. That's a perfect burrow strike. And wait for him, and that's gonna be the kill. The range and the rocket just to make sure KSM here by Sing not gonna be enough. If you guys are not familiar with Sand King's play, that was literally the max range of burrow strike. He had to click on the ground to get that burrow strike range, just showing the full finesse of Sand King play by Bamboo. That was impressive.
If you hero click there, it will just keep on chasing. It won't actually use the stun. So perfect play by Bamboo.
Or if you use the stun, it would miss, right?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So either way, great play by him. This Lion is really keeping up. This is the beauty of having a Broodmother and a Lion dueling. I love this combination. He's level 11. His farm's not too shabby either. 34 CS, almost has the blink, and it looks like he's gonna rush it. That's why he's got the mono drain. It's not just the one skill taken haphazardly. This is all part of the build.
It's part of the plan. He's actually the highest level hero in the game.
Well, he's tied. Now Broodmother hits 12. Dust used. Oh, MMY. Impale whiffing! A rare whiff from MMY, and you will pay for that with your life. Lion too damn squishy. Down he goes. Zapped from Sing. Kill him off.
Uh-oh, the Wrath of Nature comes in right now. The Spiraling's surrounding comewithme. comewithme trying to burn her way out using the freezing field would not be enough. That was a big kill against the Lion, though, because he was so close to Blink Dagger. Now down to 1,600 gold, but kingj picks up yet another kill for himself. Black King Bar is going to be his item, and he's very close, just 200 gold away from that. Once the BKB is finished, what do you actually do against this Brood?
You know, normally I'd say I'm not sure how I feel about this, but in this game, it's not even really the nukes, it's the level of fights that they're having. Just everybody constantly parked top. It's like they signed an agreement that 8 heroes have to be in the top lane at any given time. And Taker Morphine occasionally violating that treaty, but everybody else pretty much obliging. Oh boy, this game. 34 kills in 60 minutes, and I have a feeling it's only going to ramp up. We might have a lull here with some of the heroes trying to get their core items, but there will be that spike in action again, guys. Don't you worry. So, Lumi, I think it is a good time to do an item check. You mentioned the BKB. We have a Midas up on Prophet. That's been up for a little while. Aside from that, are there any other big pickups? The Blink Dagger on Lions, soon to follow. Drum of Endurance up on Chaos Knight. For the Radiant, Boots of Travel and Sing. Aside from that, not really anything big here on the Radiant side.
I'm very surprised that Prophet has not actually gone for the mech first. I mean, there's so much engagement happening so far. That a single mech could just easily turn the tide of the battle. I mean, these engagements are dropping to low HP, red HP. A mech with a +5 armor and, of course, a 250 burst heal. That could turn all the fights around. I hope that that's exactly what PCT is going for next. It's got 1,600 gold in the bank. A 4-staff wouldn't be bad here either. The key item for me so far is, of course, that Blink Dagger being completed, or trying to be completed on Lion. And secondly, I love the drums here on the Chaos Knight. It really will help them chase or run away. And of course, you know, Chaos Knight's all about chasing, so that's going to be a great item.
It's such a great item to have in these sustained engagements, which is what we're seeing. Sure, some heroes are dropping quickly like comewithme, but for the most part, it's very prolonged engagements here. Is chasing a long way, and you need it against heroes like Morphling, Sand King. And speaking of Blink Daggers, Bamboe, in spite of having, is it 7 deaths now? Where is he? No, it's still 6. He does have 4 kills and 4 assists, so I don't want to sound like I'm bragging him too much. Here we go. Burrow Strike in Epicenter. Gale to follow the dust, the Poison Nova, but there's the BKB. kingj turns it around beautifully. Bamboe takes a fall. Will there be any more? The Prophet ult comes through. Oh, they didn't click on him after that BKB was purchased. And bottom lane, it's Black, gets caught out. The Impale missing again! The Sheep being used on the road. Oh no! MMY a double fail in a row, misses the Impale. Hex is a creep. Waveform and the dot in all chat. He is frustrated after that one.
Oh man, he's going at it. He's like, man, I got all the mana in the world, so I'll just keep impaling misses now.
And you know what I love? It's this shit-eating grin, because you know that's what Black has right now. He was so screwed, but he lives.
Yeah. One thing, I was trying to mention this earlier, but a lot of the Chinese team now have their own like virtual private server, so they can actually play on US West without relatively no lag. So the Chinese teams has been scrimming against European teams quite a bit.
So is the ping misleading? Because the ping looks pretty bad.
The ping looks pretty bad, but from what I've heard from Quantic Mikey, which I assume they've been scrimming quite a bit, is the fact that they do scrim a lot of times and the Chinese don't mind at all. But looking on those impale misses, maybe they do mind.
Well, I think it's very important to expose yourself to other styles going into a tournament like the International, because especially for the Chinese, their scene has been very insular until Dota 2 sort of risen in popularity there in the pro scene. You know, in Dota 1, they really didn't play against foreign teams ever, especially in 2011. A few teams went to SMM. There was a couple of Western teams at WDC, which was a Chinese tournament. But aside from that, they really don't have too much exposure. Sure, you can watch replays here and there, but YouTube isn't available to watch, and that's where a lot of the VODs are. So I think it's important just to get that exposure.
Definitely, definitely. And now, of course, they're screaming so much that it seems like they're completely prepared. Mid lane here, we're going to see this gank. Nova, Gale, teleport. Nice dodge of the Gale by Lamb. Will it be enough? It's going to go for it. It would not be enough. But oh no! The big crit by himself. Here comes the Sprout here for 1437. The Illusion getting in position for body block and the right clicks. Look at the Illusions. They're doing so much damage. That's 2 extra kill. Man, that was expensive smoke gank. Not only they only got 1 kill, they paid 2 supports for the prize. Bamboo is seen. He does not have the blink just finished. 200 go away from that. Speaking of blinks, Lion definitely has his finish, and he's looking for kills right now.
I just very surprised Bamboo didn't just sit top a little bit longer, get that blink dagger. He's got the burrow strike now. Keep using top. Big creep wave. There you go. There's your blink dagger. But this is not as early as he would have liked. A lot of deaths, and more importantly, that time he spent roaming mid. Speaking of blink daggers, MMY is one picked up. Kenny solo killed Black. No, Black pretty healthy, but he's got the set, Lumi. He's got the set.
Invis room running out right now. Blink, Hex, Mana Drain. Alright, Impale, there's Impale. Ancient Apparition, Ice Blast, we need the Chaos Bolt. It's gonna hit, so Strength Morph is not gonna do anything here. He waits up on the high ground. Will that be enough? Sprout, no! He misses the Sprout. Guess wrong is PCT. And Blink in here for MMY. That was close. Why didn't he finger?
I think he got fogged there on the second blink, but on the earlier in the fight, I thought he might have. He might have been like 10-20 damage short of getting the kill, to be honest. Although it's a level 2 finger. No, so I think he would have had it. Yeah, maybe just underestimated the amount of stun time. Whatever it was, another opportunity missed for EHOME, and this is buying a lot of time, not really just for the Morphling, but also for Sing Sing, who is close to something. Will it be a blink? Will it be a force staff? Normally he likes his mobility items. We've seen other Tinkers opt for stuff like Yule Scepter, sometimes even a Hex Rush, but whatever he wants to build, he can get that first piece now. Bottom lane, a big dive. Lamb caught out of position, does not have the Phantasm this time around, so Lamb looking to be in a lot of trouble. So damn fast with the drum. The Vlad's even picked up just to give him a little bit of extra armor. In fact, it's Tinker who dies first, and now it's going to be 1437 caught out. Fast Knight's still running for his life, but we launched 1437 as he also runs for his life. And Lamb's going to cut him off. No, 1437 jukes around, but in comes Black, looking for the waveform, looking for the big kill. Bambo's going to take a fall in another side of the world, but PCT working on Black. Don't think he can actually find this kill. The wave in on the Lamb. Couple more right clicks. Adaptive maybe helping Lamb here. Now the turnaround. Morphing to strength. Caught in the Sprout. Pulled back in. Black not able to morph enough. It looks like he will go down. The urn even used. Oh, 5 heroes dead. Lumi, it's a team wipe for EHOME.
The most awkward team wipe I've ever seen in my life. 1 happening on top, 4 happening on bot lane. kingj gonna seize the advantage and will pressure on the top lane. I know the kill difference is 13. EHOME is seemingly pulling this game, but you gotta keep in mind EHOME still have to somehow get up on the high ground. The team is not built for that. Not against Marcher Machine, not against Manmancer Ward. So EHOME still is, they're not out of the woods. They have to play brilliantly for the next 10-15 minutes to actually break on the high ground, but this will help getting the Roshan, getting them a lot of gold. And of course now it's time for MMY to pick up things like Arcane Boots. Well, does he even need Arcane Boots if you're max mana drain? Perhaps not. Maybe he just wants stats.
Maybe not. I think he just used it on Roshan after disabling that spell shield. MMY, very, unusual tank line style, but hey, it's working out. To me, the big thing is he's been getting so many levels. You can do this.
Yes.
You can't do this build if you're under leveled, if you don't have a Broodmother to jungle with, but with it, works out pretty well.
Again, he's constantly one of the highest level player in the game, and he support jungling. That's the insane thing. So all those ganks that happened on the top side where kingj was surviving, where Lion was surviving, perhaps it actually is coming back to bite Mouse's butt, because I mean, there's no way this line should be that highly leveled.
For the moment, we have a bit of a stalemate. Well, not a stalemate, but neither team really engaging. It's just the intense periods of utter aggression from both teams. Then we have these periods of sort of relax, let our blood pressure go down so our doctors don't yell at us. Have a glass of water here or there and wait for the oncoming onslaught. It is an Orchid for kingj. I was wondering what he would buy at 4.5k gold. Where's the item progression on Mouse? I'm really not seeing it. Ultimate Orb picked up on Black. Tinker has a 4-staff. They can turtle well, but without these extra items, a good initiation from EHOME, especially with the Orchid and the Sight device up now in PCT.
Yes.
That might be enough to get early picks. They're already finding them. These items might be what they need.
It's not just because EHOME has items, this is also that the Radiant has no item, like you were pointing out just now. Look at, Come With Me's got 9 deaths, she's got boots, she's got magic wand, that's it. Venomancer's got 6 deaths. And what items does he have? I'm sure not much. Yeah, just boots, not even magic wand. These two supports are really falling behind, and against a Lion who has a blink finger, someone's gonna get finger, and Come With Me is not ready for that right now, let me tell you that.
It sounds so wrong. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah, it's not good.
Either way, it is sort of it's mousesports. This is what they want. They want to just sit in, on their side of the map, farming, not really engaging. As long as they can do that, they might even be falling behind in gold, but the overall ratio of how much gold they have to EHOME will stabilize a little bit. The problem is going to be when they try to do something like they're doing now. 3 heroes grouped up bottom, looking to push EHOME with the huge wraparound backstab. This has all the markings of a disaster. Hex to start on SingSing. Bamboe blinks in. The aggression of mousesports working against them. 2 seconds on SingSing. Impale onto Finger of Death. Bamboe stuns in. Will likely go down here. The Sight device, as well as the Orchid, all available in that fight. Morph against the tower mid, but multiple kills being claimed. Did Come With Me actually get out alive there? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, she TP'd out in the right side. The Sprout misses her, so she's just like, yeah, okay, time to live. Unfortunately, though, that's not the issue here for mousesports. EHOME on the other side, they are still getting these ganks, but again, they have to actually get tower damage. They're slowly trying to push it in. Broodmother trying to do her thing on the top lane. But these tier 2s are starting to become an issue. We're 25 minutes in, tier 2 should not actually exist on the map anymore. EHOME's just not pushing fast enough.
I'm actually looking at their lane vision, and for a team that is a Prophet and a Broodmother, the creeps are really not as far towards the enemy side as you would like, and, well, it's like you said, the tier 2's down. By the way, I just got a message from Cyborg Matt, and he is telling me that VPNs don't work like that, so... I guess, well, whatever Mikey told you, he might have bad information. I'm guessing
or maybe I quoted him wrong.
Right.
I'm not sure if it's called VPM or whatever other PM. I'm very, very not tech savvy, so don't quote me on any tech stuff.
Whether they're lagging or not, they're certainly putting up a hell of a game for us. And, same for mousesports, really. They're behind by a lot, but you can't count a team with Tinker or Morphling now, especially with the Sand King to set things up for them. The big thing for me is going to be, can Bamboe avoid getting caught out like he's about to do right now? Oh, the Impale not going to be used. He is able to dodge that with the Sandstorm. I would love to see a gem for EHOME.
Right now we do have the Ancient farming on the high ground here. So difficult to actually jump in here. MMY wrapping around perhaps will be jumping from the north. They're going to steal some Ancients though from Tinker. A little bit cheeky play.
Yeah, Tinker, I like how he went behind the camp there to try and drop one more march to try and finish it off, but not enough. But I wanna, this late game gem, it's not even late game, but I think if EHOME get one, that'll really help with their map control, as well as deal with Bamboe when he goes to Biz.
Well, I mean, there's always a slight risk of, if you lose that gem, Broodmother's like, well, thanks guys.
She's got a BKB, she's got a Yasha, she should be okay.
Her BKB's down to 9 seconds, have not actually used a BKB aside from that insane turnaround gank where both Epicenter and Poison Nova was dropping kingj popped.
Look at EHOME. Like, they think someone's up here right now. 4 heroes up top. I believe they were looking for SingSing, who 4-staffed in and TP'd out, and a lot of time being wasted on that. But in the end, they'll realize he's not there. By the way, look at Lamb. This might be what you need to go high ground. The Vlads, I mentioned that, and then more importantly, he's working on a heart with an Aegis on your Chaos Knight, who will soon hit level 16, can single-handedly kill your Rax, and also be very, very difficult to bring down.
Still, EHOME is lacking on items. You cannot push up against Tinker without mech or pipe. And I'm still very surprised that EHOME has neither. Is Ancient Aberration making it? No, he's got 4-7 Earth. Where the hell's the mech? Where the hell's the pipe?
If you never actually have a 5v5, do you need a mech or pipe? The answer is no, if they never have one.
You're right. Although I imagine there is going to be at least one 5v5. And yes, you asked for it. MNY does have that gem. So he is looking for the counter warding. He's actually using the courier to give him uphill vision. Although don't forget about that courier. Because
he might have forgotten about it. There you go. Oh, that's a long way from home. It will be okay. Mouse, the ward's pretty defensive overall. I like the fact that they're investing so much in warding the H's because that's a big source of gold for them right now. It's not really safe for them to farm across the river with the the multiple hexes, the blink dagger on the lion, the 4 stabs. We've talked about all their mobility, their initiation. That means they gotta stay very far back. Ancients are a big gold source. They have that warded so they can actually spot it if EHOME go in. But they are being forced to spend a lot of money on these wards. And that's going to keep the Venomancer and the Crystal Maiden and just criminally poor, really.
Criminally poor indeed. But, I mean, if you look at the kill count, 15 to 30. If you look at the gold chart, insane amount of gold lead for EHOME. The game is still going on. That's the thing. There's a Morphling, there's a Tinker. That's massive amount of late game advantage that mousesports will have. And EHOME is not pushing in. They can't. So I think sport very much so in the game, more than these graphs are suggesting.
Yeah, this is one of those times where, yes, EHOME have a huge lead, and if they play well, they should win this game. But at the same time, mousesports have the kind of team. They win one fight, Morphling gets an item, Tinker gets an item, they get a couple towers, they push all the lanes out, they knock down your wards, they steal the gem, they get the map control back, and... Well, for EHOME, if they just want to keep on farming and slow rolling this, I think they could use that next layer of items. Matt's still up with kingj. He's pretty fat. The heart soon to follow on LAM. And also, LAM would really like to have level 16. I don't know if there's a huge rush for EHOME. They might be better off, as weird as it sounds, against Tinker and Morphling, just farming for now.
Well, they're farming indeed. That's exactly what they're doing. Nature Prophet's going to be going for Monkey King Bar. Already has the Demon Edge, and he's very close to the actual item being complete. Perhaps they're waiting for Monkey King Bar and the Heart, and then there will go. Lion, of course, getting his next set of items. He has upgraded to a Tranquil Boots, only 600 gold in the bank.
Oh, Black.
Pretty much out of inventory. Gets ganked, no, on the top lane here, but Sing Sing perhaps in more trouble. Big epicenter gets channeled. Will LAM be okay? He's got the Reaver, but it would not be enough. Aegis gets used. And suddenly everything looks really bad. QQQ dropping off the sun. Sing Sing gonna get impaled down to death. Finger of Death comes in for extra kill. Lion gets a double. And Bamboo gets picked off of another team wipe. Another team wipe going in favor of EHOME. And this would be the time for that tier 2 and perhaps knocking on the third Rex.
And guess what? Prophet and kingj were pushing in the bottom lane. They're gonna get the Rex even if they die. Death's beat, damn no. kingj, he wants another kill. Kills Bamboo. Working on Sing Sing perhaps next. Routed up, 4 steps back. But they get one set of racks, and with one set of racks down against Broodmother against Prophet, this comeback that we've been hoping, or I've been hoping for, because I want to see Game 3, it just got a lot harder. It just got a hell of a lot harder.
When you earlier said, do you need mech or pipe if you don't ever 5v5, I was like, you must be crazy. But we haven't actually had a 5v5 this game yet, and EHOME's up at racks. Well, so, no, you're on top of things. Good job. Credit.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Once in a while, I accidentally stumble my way into something intelligent. But I mean, it also goes back to the. I go back to MMY for this because his initiation, his ability to show up from long range with multiple disables, really allows EHOME to fight with less heroes than they normally would, and well, it helps to have Prophet if you're not going to 5v5 either. I will say that much as well. So, EHOME, they got one set of racks, and this range racks is going to go down. kingj will claim it. And now that means the second Roshan, all but guaranteed to go to EHOME. The tier 2 mid, not long for this world. Mouse is going to have to do something incredible to come back from this.
Yeah, incredible. It does not even begin. They have to do something extraordinary. Whatever other synonym that you could have for incredible, because my vocabulary is damn small. QQQ looking and finally going for the hood and the pipe. Yes, this is the nail in the coffin, I believe. LAM perhaps getting initiated upon, but really, he is so tank at this point. Heart is finished. 3,000 HP. Of course, a lot of armor, considering he does have the flat. 4-second stun. Blink Hex. Oh, he's gone. He's gone. The Ancient Apparition preventing... Oh, nice 4-staff out there, but it looks like he runs right back in. Still tanking everything as LAM. And look at MMY barely dies to the poison, but Comewithme is going to go down as well. Yet another team wipe.
By the way, there was a perfect epicenter from Bamboe, hitting 3 heroes, burrow striking multiple ones as well, and just wasn't enough damage to get anything except for the Lion. That's when you know you're screwed. mousesports call the GG. Even though it was a very one-sided game 1 game 2 in the end, man, this was an exciting game to cast. Fantastic series for me. And mousesports, even when they lose, man, they deliver some very exciting games. Big shout out to them for that.
Fun game indeed. I was worried about high ground, this high ground, that. EHOME says, you scrub caster. We don't go high ground. We just gank and we win.
It's
and, well, I learned something today too.
Who needs to play Defense of the Ancients when you can just play Kill the Heroes?
Yeah, there you go.
Sing caught out. We'll go down. So, what do we have in store tomorrow, Lumi?
I don't know, you tell me. I thought we had a day off today too.
We have CLG versus Complexity. I believe it is our final round of 8 match. The winner of that series will go up against EG, who has not dropped a match this tournament. I don't even know if they've dropped a game in a best out of 3. They might have dropped 1. I think they were 6-1 in the group stage. So EG looking very strong. They'll be facing off against the winner of CLG versus Complexity. The winner of this series, EHOME, they go on to face IG, so it will be an all-Chinese affair for one of our semifinals, and then for the other semifinal, an all-Western affair, and possibly an all-American or North American one at that. That's going to do it for today's action. Again, tomorrow, scheduled for 15 CEST right now, although maybe this time is not right, so don't quote me on the time. There is a chance this match time will be changed. I'm going to check Skype now because I'm probably being told that it's not the correct time. Let me check with guys, but let's wrap up this VOD. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for tuning in. Big turnout today. I appreciate it. I'm sure Lumi does as well. If you missed any of the matches, you can buy the in-game pass, $3.99 for that. You get all the group stages, all the playoff matches, replays available with commentary, and all the matches to come. We have 3 more matches left before this tournament is done. Some great matchups coming your way. If you want to watch the VODs, dotacommentaries.com, click on the World Tour link, and the VOD links will be there. For yesterday's games, the VODs are not up yet because we've been having some issues with YouTube, but they should go up later today, even if they're in parts. So youtube.com/LDdota or youtube.com/Luminousinverse, the 2 channels you want to be subscribed to get all the action. That's going to do it for today's cast. Again, thank you guys. You viewers make this possible. Really appreciate the big turnout, and we hope to see you all likely tomorrow for CLG versus Complexity. I'll let you know if that's confirmed in just a second.